sectors, such as industrial laundry, food and beverage, healthcare, and the professional cleaning industry. The laundry division is the largest division within Christains. Passionate about laundry, we produce over 300 different formulas of liquid or powder laundry detergents, disinfectants, softeners, and specialities tailored to the needs of our customers.
So, welcome everybody after a very inspiring day of yesterday with all the pitch presentations. We are now starting up our final session and ceremony of the Global Best Practice Awards Program 2020. Before we do, we gave you a small overview. This is a brief overview of the program we are going through in the next hour. But before we do that, we like to have a quick impression on the Corona issue. It really blocked us for doing this event early this year in TechScam International in Frankfurt. We tried to reschedule it for October at the Interclean, but also that event was cancelled. And after having done so many preparations with pre-selections in 6 countries and with a lot of effort also on side of the nominations, the nominees, the sponsors, and all other preparations here by my team, we really felt we should go on and look for the perspective and see how we can deal together with this crisis. A small impression on the Corona. Take hem zelf.
Er is geen beeld. Ik weet het niet gezien.
Jawel.
Hey. Sorry for that. We do it once again. So hello and welcome once again. Corona really caused a lot of problems on our part as well. To be able to organize this event, we couldn't do this in a bigger environment with a lot of technicians and professional backup. So our team needs to do a lot of things themselves as a small group. So we apologize beforehand for not being able to cover all the technical issues you would have taken care of. We have done our very best to make sure that we have everything well arranged, but we are here with just a couple of people in a small studio rather than in the setting we had originally planned and organized. If you look upon the Corona market, if we have covered in the last webinars and activities the last months, it really has a very large impact. That's an understatement. Everybody will agree. It's not so much for a particular country, it's more like for the global economy. Also for our industry, it's covering all markets in almost more or less the same way. Just China seems to recover and is going back to normal again, as far as I'm reported. But the majority of the countries still have a lot of problems in facing how to deal with this and how to go for improvement and how to keep up business arrangements. Because for a year from now, still many experts believe that it will be a very hard time to deal with all the setback of turnover between 50% for retail, 60% for a lot of countries in hospitality, and also in industry and healthcare markets. We see a considerable loss of turnover of around 20 to 30% growing. And this will last for another year, as I said, for many experts. But as you have seen in the animation, we also see that for the future, 2022, 23, etc., the experts predict and forecast new growth based upon new dimensions of markets, of implementation of adequate technology and marketing efforts to define individual customer needs and to develop new business services and concepts and models. And that's where we focus on. So it seems a little bit contradictory to organize, especially in this time frame where everybody is really hit very heavily by Corona effects, but we feel at the same time, let's face for the future opportunities, let's discuss, let's exchange information and try to prepare ourselves for the future, which for sure, as far as we are concerned, will demonstrate a strong and interesting recovery of our markets. And it's really going hand in hand with entrepreneurial skills and developments. That's why we're also very happy to be able to start with Mr. Butker this morning and yesterday morning with new management courses to make use also of the skills needed to develop those new challenges and to start and create a new perspective professionally. So here we are. We will go on with our program. We will go on by presenting new directions, and this is based upon a process where we stimulate each other to exchange new ways of thinking, new perspectives, and new experiences. Because one thing is for sure, the market will not be as they were before. Corona will have a structural and a great impact on our markets, and it will require new strategies and new business service models. So, this event was not possible without the great support of, first of all, our sponsors. They were prepared also in this difficult time frame to sponsor and support us by organizing this event. And I would ask normally in a full audience room to give a big hand for them. But I'll do nevertheless. For us is a big hand, and I hope you agree with me. And they know probably that also in these circumstances, this thanks is sincerely and also well meant and intense. We also congratulate 125 nominations we received from all parts of the world. They are part of this process. They are stimulating each other. I hope many of them are connected at this ceremony, make themselves also aware about what is done by others and will benefit from it nevertheless. It's not only beneficial, this project, for the winners, it's also very beneficial for every participant and every company who is participating. And we have, for every participant, we have a number of presents ready. They will receive their official nomination certificate in the next couple of days, together with a PR message about their results. They will also receive a entrance to the content of the new book 7, where we will introducing later in this program. And they will also receive an entrance for the new book we are going to introduce at this event, Knowledge of Fashion Care, really important vision, written by Mr. Masashi Shimanoki. And also this book will be provided to everybody who is in the call today and who can follow this event. So, and of course, having thanks is not only for the participants and all other people who have worked closely with us together, but certainly also to the board. And you see the board members here, Mr. Leonid Bertchev from Russia, Mrs. Julie Liuan from Fonet China, and Mr. Chris Steps from Canada. And they are really involved in backing up and making all so this kind of work possible. And then we have also an advisory board, and I'm happy to tell to you that Mr. Geert Butger accepted our invitation to become the chairman of the CET Advisory Board, and this is going to be effective of today. And we have Mr. T.P. Channel ready for some longer time, and Mr. Taslim also, and we have also Mr. Nigel Asai, who entered the advisory board. So they are also stimulating and helping us out in organizing this sort of events. And of course, the CET team, because I can do a little bit of talking, but they are doing the majority of all the work that needs to be done to organize this. And you here see all the people who are involved in the preparation of this event. Thanks, warm thanks to all of them. So, brings us to the program of the Global Best Practice Awards 2020, streamed from Amsterdam, the Netherlands. And as we have put forward in our program for today, we will start with a information package related to hygiene. Not so strange, having discussed all the effects of Corona, but also we need to act proactively, how we can deal with this sort of development, how we can guarantee hygiene of our textiles we deliver, not only in healthcare areas, but also in the rest of our services, because public opinion is expected to be much more critical on hygiene requirements as such. And it also means that we are focusing on safe working environments and procedures to make sure our employees are kept safely. We did a lot of work on this area this year with webinars and all sorts of things, and we like to present to you the content of that and the conclusions by 2 presentations. And this will follow after the next presentation. So, to introduce this information package, I would like to invite Mr. Simon Hemmes, working already for a long time in the industry. And we are very grateful and happy. He is with us for 2 years now. He's done trainings and auditor and very much involved in hygiene topics for industrial textile service applications. Simon, are you in the call?
I'm in the call. Can you hear me?
Can you please do your presentation? We hear you and we see you.
From
Please
yours?
go ahead. The floor is
Okay.
yours.
Okay. I think it is good afternoon, all of you. Good morning for some of you. Nikolai, can you start the presentation? Thank you. Good afternoon. I would like to introduce the International Hygiene Advisory Committee, but before I go into, are you all seeing what I see every time? No, sorry for that. I'm going to talk about the background situation as we see it in this pandemic, and before going to...
Simon, sorry
Yes.
for interruption. Could you put on your webcam, please?
And that is...
You were with us, but you are not now.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Yes, here we
Yeah.
are. Hey.
Oh, it works. Okay, thank you.
Yeah,
Yeah,
wonderful.
that one was not in my screen. Okay, thank you. So let's talk about the COVID environment before we are going to talk about what this committee is going to do for you as a CNET member. So next slide, Nikolai. Thank you. Let's have a look at the situation in the 6th week of this year. It was the 15th of February, and the pandemic really started to take place in China and some surrounding countries. At that time, the World Health Organization already called it a pandemic. And if you look to the figures of that day, there were 66,000 cases. That was already more than in SARS-1 in 2003. And the number of deaths was 1,500. And what we didn't know at that time is that it was going to be a real pandemic this time. Opposite to what happened with SARS-1, where in the end, the number of cases and the number of deaths was relatively small compared with what we see today. Okay, next slide, please. When we look in history in the last 120 years, there were several pandemic outbreaks, of which the number one by far was the one in 1918, the Spanish flu. And it was a global outbreak, surprisingly, because you would expect in those days, people were not traveling as much as we do now. But what we are forgetting is that it broke out at the end of the First World War. And at the end of that World War, all these soldiers moving backwards from the European battlefields to their countries where they came from, like Australia, New Zealand, Canada, America, and so on. And in the end, there were, believe it or not, 50 million people died on this. And that was dramatic. That was almost 2 times as many as people died on the battlefields in the First World War. So quite dramatic, more deadly than the war itself. SARS in 2003, as I said, had a high death rate with 9.6% of all people that got the disease already died, which is pretty high and much higher than in the flu. Then in 2009, 2010, there was a swine flu, H1N1. In fact, a similar one as in 1918, but less dramatic. The transfer mechanism, the transmission mechanism probably wasn't as dramatic as it was in 1918. And the other surprising thing compared to what we are seeing right now is that the people above 60 years old were not disproportionately infected, which is totally different with COVID-19 right now. Next slide, please. So the question was there an early warning? And this is where the committee wants to play a role, as I will explain later. We want to be and have an antenna in all the countries where CET is represented, so that we can earlier warn you when something is breaking out, and we can already prepare all the laundries and what they have to do, what they don't have to do. Very peculiar is actually, and I'm sure that Peter remembers this, is that in January we had a large conference in India in the 3rd week of January, and I prepared a presentation about COVID-19. In those days it was called SARS-2, and I warned everybody in the room how dramatic this was going to be, and they looked to me like, it's going to be a flu, just a flu. Well, yeah, we have a president in the United States which says exactly the same, but it's not true. The infection rate and the death rate is much, much higher than in a standard flu. To give you an idea, the standard flu in the United States in the last 10 years, 0.1% of the people that got ill died of it. This time with COVID-19 is 26 times higher. So 2.6 times, 22.6% of all the people that get the disease die because of COVID-19, which is quite dramatic. MERS, which I haven't mentioned here, but MERS in the countries around the Middle East, a lot of people got infected there, but locally, and the death rate was even much higher. It was 35%. Luckily, it didn't turn into a pandemic. So now the question became, what do laundries have to do when a COVID-19 or similar breaks out? And that's where CET in the past, in the last months, is prepared some presentations, what the laundries have to do to make sure that the linen at the end is virus-free. Next slide, please. Now going back to the International Hygiene Advisory Committee. So we want to be a warning system for you. And in the next slide, it goes to the first objective. We want to create, before anything happens, a reference guide for the most dominant hygiene threats. Now, I say the most dominant ones because there are so many reasons why people get ill. And in the next slide, you see how the list looks like. There are many bacteria which give a pathogenic reaction when we get it into our body. Fungi we have seen various fungi in the world that give you a problem. At the moment in Hong Kong, there is Candida auris explosion, and people die as a result of that. Parasitic worms, well, malaria is by far the most important one. Luckily, that one doesn't transfer via the linen, so we don't have to worry about that one. Viruses, we are these weeks constantly talking about the influenza viruses and the COVID virus. But don't forget that a lot of your customers, especially when you wash for care homes, regularly see an outbreak of things like where is it? West Nile virus, norovirus. Now all the norovirus cases in count are going down because all the cruise ships are not traveling right now, but norovirus is pretty dominant on cruise ships. Then protozoa that are animals, small animals that live in the water can give you a disease, and prions or prions, of which Creutzfeldt-Jakob is the most deadly one by far. Next slide, please. So we want to make an early warning system, and for that, next slide, please. We want to use you as CNET members. So when you see that something in your country is getting high in numbers, we want to hear that from you. And we will prepare a document to make sure that whatever happens is not transferred via the linen. We want to contact at the same time, and we will follow CDC, the World Health Organization in the Netherlands, RIVM in Germany, RKI, and so on. So we want to make sure that in the near future, we have an early warning system. Next slide, please. We want to communicate recommended solutions, meaning that if your customer asks, we have an outbreak of norovirus in a care home, what should we do to make sure that this norovirus is not going to have high numbers in either hospital or care home? And finally, and Peter already mentioned that, we want to have approved laundry protocols to increase the hygiene awareness for everybody in the chain that you are working in. So starting from your customer, the pickup of the linen, the sorting crew in your laundry, and finally the people on the clean side of the laundry, to make sure that whatever goes out of your laundry is hygienically clean. And I want to see you in the near future to explain all what we have developed for this international committee. Thank you, and please stay safe. Next slide, please.
Thank you, Simon Hemmes. And we are very pleased that you have been willing to do within the CNET framework to start up this international reference hygiene advisory committee to work on those cases. And meanwhile, we have got positive answers on our invitations of already 4 experts who will be working with you together. We will have meetings later this coming weeks, and before the end of the year, we will try to get this international hygiene advisory committee installed and start doing their work. So Simon, really thank you very much for your willingness to do this work, which we feel very important for us, for the industry, to work upon those elements of work which normally are not so getting every attention, but that we are in a position to be able to give reliable reference values and advice to the industry in all countries in the world. Thank you very much, Simon.
Namaste.
Then we go to our next presentation. Our second part of the content of this afternoon is sustainability. How can we make another choice with so much PR about the climate agreement worldwide, about all the warning messages we have seen passing by in the last months, increasing from number, increasing from the number of cases that we see those messages. And we see also in reality a lot of people worrying more and more. Even people say that the corona crisis is just a small start of what climate change will have for kind of effects on our societies. So that's why we feel we also need to do something in this dimension. And we started discussion after the animation, which I'm going to start right now. We have asked two experts to give a brief introduction about this very important topic, sustainability. And the first is Dr. Engineer, Mr. Henk Gooijel, working already for a long time for CET and really did a lot of work on this topic and many projects on the sustainability of our industry, but also the sustainability and effects it might have on textiles and textiles applied. So please, Henk, come forward, take the floor and present us your story on sustainability.
Thank you, Peter. Normally I would say, glad that you're all here and that I can see you. Today it's a little bit different. I hope that you can see me at this moment. And I'm still glad to present you a little bit of our view on sustainability. And for that, it's very important that we start with what is sustainability. And normally people say, oh, sustainability is nice, that is about saving water, it's about saving energy. And of course that is true, but it's not the whole story. And I want to point out some different opportunities to show the world that we are sustainable today in this presentation. And the first thing we have to do is, what is sustainability? Sustainability is, in fact, not only related to the environment, of course it's part of that, but it's also related about social issues and about economical issues. In fact, it's the 3 Ps, people, planet and profit. So you have to take care of your people, you have to protect the people, the workers, but also the customers you're working for. The planet, that's about the environment, natural resources, pollution, and so on, and about the profit. Because if you don't make profit, you can conserve the planet as much as possible, but next year your company won't be there. And that cannot be the goal of working sustainability. So, what is sustainability? Sustainability is in fact the capacity to endure. To take care that we as a planet, but also you as a company, exist next year, next century. So the capacity to endure, we have 3 pillars, sustainability, environmental, social, equity and economic development. And those are equally important. We should take care of all. And safe and sustainable processing will ensure that the textile care industry will endure, based upon a balanced environmental, social and economic development. because that is needed. It's balanced. So not only saving as much energy as possible, but also taking care that you have a profitable business, because otherwise you're out of business. So then we talk about, let's say, our industry. And if you go around in the world, people say, oh, washing and cleaning, that is a very nasty business. It's very polluting, and it's not. And we have to make clear to the world, to our customers, that we ourselves, by definition almost, are a real sustainable industry. If you look at a product like a chair or a table or a car, what happens is somebody is manufacturing it, you buy it, you use it, and then you bring it as waste outside your house. That is a normal product lifeline. For textiles, if you do it like that, a textile would be a disposable product, like a paper. And our industry, by introducing the washing or the cleaning cycle, adds a lot of life cycles to an existing product, which means that we as industry, we are in fact by definition already sustainable, because what we do is we make the life cycle many times longer than it would have been without our cleaning. So cleaning itself, textile cleaning, textile washing, is already by definition a sustainable process. Then sustainability, which will be asked more and more from you, should be part of your business, should be part of your business model. And there are a lot of different business models around in the world, and in the textile industry, there are a lot of, let's say, archetypes, like typical business models, which you can adapt in the industry. And the first one, of course, is quite familiar to all of you, is minimize material and energy use, maximize energy and material efficiency. Second one is create value from waste, whatever the waste is. The third one is substitute with renewables and natural processes, deliver functionality, other than ownership, meaning you don't have to own something to use it. Adapt a stewardship role, you should support the sustainability, you should make it visible to your customers, and develop scale-up solutions. And it means that you're not the only one who should be involved. Use your network, use your partners to do it. I'll give you some examples on that. The first one is probably the most familiar to us. We all know that if we want to be sustainable, we should minimize water use, we should minimize energy use. And of course, that is very important. But it's not, let's say, limited to energy and to water. We should also be aware that we are using textile. So we should also minimize textile waste and textile wear. So make optimal use of the textile products. We should minimize the water and the energy and solvent consumption, of course. And we should minimize the consumption of chemicals, detergents. It's good as a sustainability option, and also you have to understand, which is also good for your business, that if you minimize your water and your energy, if you minimize your textile waste and work, it's also good for the economics of your company, because you have less costs. And that is part of, let's say, of the overall approach, that sustainability is not something which is nice for the public and which costs you money. It can also save you on your costs. The second one is creating value from waste. And then you have to think, okay, well, what is the waste we have? And the waste we have is in most cases is textiles. After the period of use, after 100 times of washing, the textile is worn out and then it's disposed of. So what can you do? You can do recycling of textiles, and then you give value to your waste. And that the recycled options are chemical recycling, which you can do for cotton, for wool, chemical recycling for polyester, polyamides and cotton. It's also in development. And be aware, you're part of that because you supply the raw material for that recycling process. So look for options, look for partners with which you can do this. And this can make your sustainable model much stronger than it already is. So textile recycling is a chance for your business to show that you're a real sustainable option. Then substitutes with renewables and natural processes. Because, for example, you could choose for a renewable option, could be your textiles, but I would first say, look at your energy. You can use your energy Your electricity, you can use it from coal, from burning natural gas, but you can also use solar power, wind power, hydropower, and then you have renewable energy. It's not a burden to the earth, it's a renewable energy. And you can also have a look at your textiles, bio-based textiles, e.g. cotton or linen or whatever, or PLA, and bio-based chemicals in detergency. That's bio-based, means it can be renewed. If you use it, it's not waste and it's gone forever, but you can renew it. That's renewable. And with textiles, of course, you have to be aware that a renewable textile is not by definition a sustainable option. You have to be very careful. If you have a polyester, then probably the life cycle is a little bit longer and you have less energy for drying. So you have to be careful. You have to really think about it. You have to know what you're talking about. And of course, we are the textile care industry, so we know what we are talking about and show it to the world that we know what we are talking about. Then the fourth one, and that is a very hot item in fashion industry, in the textile industry, and that is deliver functionality rather than ownership. For them, it's really new. And when you discuss it with them, then you say, okay, but for the textile care industry, it's really old. We already have for decades textile rental services. In the industry, in the hotel and restaurant business, in the healthcare, for corporate wear, we know already. We know that business. And of course, it's relatively new if you go to the consumer business, that's in development. Why is this so interesting for sustainability? Well, for one, if you have a textile rental, if you have functionality rather than ownership, you have an optimal use of your textiles. If you use it only once or twice, you don't have to buy it and store it forever in your storage room. That's one. So you don't have your money and your material in stock. The second one is, if you have textile rental, then the guy who rents the textiles to you, being in the textile care industry, they have optimal knowledge on how to optimally care, how to make a good lifetime of your textiles, how to use, how to choose the right textiles for your application. So you have an optimal use and application and care of your textiles when you leave it to the professional industry, and that is the textile care industry. Then, adopt a stewardship role, meaning you have to support, you have to show that you're part, let's say, of the sustainable movement. And one of the things you can do is that you take part in certification, like CERCLI for the textile care business itself, but also you can, for example, you can choose to use GOT certified textiles for organic textiles. You can use the Ecotex 100 to show that there is no harmful chemicals on your material. You can use the GRS certification for recycled material. So you use that to make the message clear to your customers that you are really offering a sustainable option, because that's what we are doing. We are offering a sustainable option, and we should make that clear to our customers and to the world. And then the last one is to deliver of scale-up solutions, meaning that we are, as an industry, we are relatively small, we are small companies, and we should not try to reinvent the wheel. We should make use of our network, of our clients. Fashion brands, why should we not make a relation with fashion brands to ensure their customers that we, as a textile care industry, can ensure optimal care, an optimal lifetime, less textile wear for the products of the fashion brands. The textile suppliers, why should we not make agreements with textile suppliers that to make their textiles even better applicable in the applications, to have a longer lifetime, to use less energy during consumption. So your textile supply is also very, very important. And of course, your chemistry and machine suppliers. So altogether, if you really want, let's say, to deliver a sustainable option, it is not you who is doing it. It's a network of you and your partners who are able to do that. So your clients, the fashion brands, the textile suppliers, your machine and chemistry suppliers, all together can deliver optimal sustainable option. So, conclusions for us, I would say our business is sustainable by definition, and we should make that clear to the world. We are one of the few industries in the world who really make lifetime of products longer and longer and longer. Our industry is, let's say, making from textile from a disposable to reusable product. That's what we do. And furthermore, sustainable business options is more than just saving energy and saving water. That's important, but there's much more to do. Textile rental service is really contributing to a sustainable world. Competition, cooperation in the chain is required. You cannot do it yourself. If you want a real optimal result, you should work together with your clients, with your suppliers. Recycling is an option. And again, you cannot do recycling without cooperation with A, your textile suppliers, and B, with the people who are going to recycle your textiles. Energy efficiency and certification. Make it clear to the public. It's not by nature that they can see that we deliver a sustainable option. We should make that clear. And using the right certificates will help us to do that. Thank you for your attention. And I hope this will help you in showing the world that we as a textile care industry are really a sustainable option. Thank you.
Thank you, Henk. Thank you for your passionate presentation. We know each other already for some longer time. We share our passion for increasing sustainability within the industry and within our services and performances. And thanks to you, we have developed a scientifically proven figure of improvements of professional textile care over domestic cleaning by 5 times more environmental friendly than domestic cleaning. So thank you for all your efforts so far. Thank you for your presentation. Then our next speaker here is not Mr. Ruud Veltenaar, but this was just to conclude the story and the presentation of Henk, that sustainability is one of the most important drivers for our new businesses the coming years. It was a statement made by Mr. Ruud Veltenaar a year ago at one of the events of the Dutch associations, and he is also working for UN, MIT. He is doing a lot of work in this direction, and he gives us the conclusion. And to transfer that in a viable new way inroad in new activities within our industry, we have asked Leon to explain us more about the reason and the background why we are working with the concept of the International Manifesto for a Circular Professional Textile Care Industry. Leon, will you please come, take the floor and explain this concept to our audience, please?
Yes, thank you for the introduction. So, hello everybody, my name is Leon. For those of you who not know me, I think I know most of you, but very nice to do this presentation for you. It's a pity, like Henk mentioned, we can't do this live, but anyhow, let's get into the manifesto, what CNET has prepared. So, following a statement that was released last year in November by 11,000 scientists globally, it was published in the Bioscience Journal that if we are not doing something about the climate crisis now, we are going on a path that we cannot return from. And then, as we all know, at the beginning of this year, COVID came, and all of a sudden society completely changed. The world was turned upside down. But actually, if you look at the impact, which is visible here in the sheet, you see that after the COVID crisis, we have an even much bigger crisis coming up, which is the climate crisis. And after that, the biodiversity collapse. So what all these scientists around the world try to emphasize on is that we really should start acting now. And as Henk then just mentioned, it's good to know that the profile of textile care is much more sustainable than domestic washing. Now, where we don't go into it in a lot of detail, but where the problem is coming from is visualized in this graph, that as the more the middle class is growing, the more people are going from level 2 to level 3 to level 4, emitting more carbon or greenhouse gases per person. And this is part of the reason why, even if we are doing all sorts of sustainable initiatives, the world is continuing to get in a worse shape. In the meantime, we average one natural disaster every week. And during the last World Economic Forum, which is always in January of each year, it was stated that the 5 biggest risks globally are meanwhile all environmental risks. So what should we do then? And then we make a reference to the donut model from Kate Raworth. What she argues is that companies and economies should start focusing on thriving rather than growth. And this is done by operating within the green donut, which you see on the screen, on the sheet. Then, going back to the manifesto, because that was what we are introducing here. The textile industry in itself is the 2nd biggest polluter in the world. It's emitting 1.2 billion tons of CO2 each year, and there's over 500 billion worth of value loss, US dollars value loss, each year caused by the underutilization of textiles and fashion. So if you look at this, this information comes from a report by Ellen MacArthur Foundation, and if you look at their solutions, textile care companies can support in 2 ways, basically. The first is that we can help to extend the lifetime of garments. Not only do we have better washing processes, which are more delicate to the textile, but we can also facilitate repair. And the second thing that textile care companies can do is to control waste and support the recycling or upcycling process. Then going back to the story of Henk as well, and all of the detailed research information that we have gathered here at CNET over the years, textile care companies should find ways to position their business in the field of the eco-awareness society. So trying to connect your brand to the movement of sustainable people, eco-conscious people, that's already going around. And here we have an example produced by Lukien, one of the digital marketing agencies here that looked at this problem for the trade associations extensively. You could position your laundry service next to becoming a vegetarian. So both of these options, whether you are choosing to become a vegetarian or start outsourcing your laundry, will result in 130 liters of water savings each week. And furthermore, the manifest goes into representability. So another thing, the value that's being delivered is to make sure that people look good while enjoying their lives. Which is the next sheet, if it will come. Yes, so these are the main points that are described in this manifest. And the idea behind the whole manifesto is to put people on the same charter, make them think in the same line, and do their best to make laundry a trending topic again. This brings us to the end of the manifest, which has the basic slogan of professional textile care being the better way to do laundry. So that was the part on sustainability. Thanks for your attention. Off to Peter again.
Thank you, Leo. Well, we feel sustainability, and especially this initiative for the manifest, will really be leading a direction which can help the industry in developing new markets and doing a better performance. And before we go to the next item, I'd like to demonstrate the manifest itself. It's a booklet presenting the specific text about this initiative, the appeal to all our companies in the supply chain of textile and textile care, to work together and to set up new initiatives. And this is already signed up by many companies who have listed themselves here in this document. You can sign up also if you feel like it, if you feel this is a message and this is an initiative which could large up our market definition, we could large up, increase our markets and performance in markets together in cooperation with the textile industry. Please send an email to CNET and let us know you are with us in this project, and we will include your logo also in all our publications, which will follow from the next days onwards. So that's about the International Manifest for Ultimate Sustainability and explained by Leon. Leon, thank you very much. This brings us to our third item, the digital transformation. As I said, the 3 information blocks we have prepared. This is hygiene, sustainability, and digital transformation. And they are really, for future growth, digital transformation is really important. That's what we have been informed and been told by many, many experts. This is an introduction animation. As demonstrated in this introduction animation, digitization will really create new possibilities and new inroads in new markets, but especially also in new clients, to address them much more personal and to develop business together. Leo, please explain why you feel this is such an important dimension for the industry in the years to come.
Yes, okay, so we continue with the digitization part. Well, it's not so much me who thinks things, but we follow on close foot what all of you guys are actually doing. So if you look at this sheet presented here, this was a report presented already in 2018, diving into the market development and market perspective of lots of you are also present in this call. And you see that there was a huge growth predicted, going from 9,000 or 9 billion to 96 billion over the next 4 years towards 2024. Then COVID came, of course, so we obviously took a hit. But at the same time, you see that this report came out in October of this year, 2020. You see that still considerable growth is expected towards 2024, reaching 58 billion by that date. Well, this is the reason that we feel after doing research over the past, I think 1.5 years now, leading up to the 7th book that we have been producing. So what's the difference between now and a couple of years, let's say 3 years ago or 4 years ago, when this whole laundry on demand development more or less started, is that we can reach new markets that were previously not able to be serviced. This is coming because of the digitization, and digitization is resulting in automation of transport, marketing, administrative tasks, etc., which is enabling us to lower the cost price. If you want, yeah, let's continue. Yeah. So where's the how can this growth be explained? Well, actually, this is quite easy. If you look at this chart, this is based on data from the International Detergent Association and information from CNET. In Western Europe, we know 100% sure that the current market of all the kilos that are being washed are just 5% washed by professional companies like yourselves. The other 95% is washed in a domestic washing machine. So actually, if we could manage through digitization to take back just a couple of percentages from the domestic market, it would result in enormous growth. And last year, in 2019, the Dutch associations here worked together with Ernst & Young to identify which is the lowest hanging fruit. And you see them here on the sheet. So we have the market for elderly care, and then we mean the personal garments of elderly, the SME sector, so the small companies, construction, all the people walking around on construction sites, and the modern consumer, obviously. Now, and then looking at what's happening over the last 1.5 years, when we have been producing the new book, we see that most of the innovative companies are developing sort of an omni-channel approach. Not only leveraging online channels, this is something that is, of course, something that was new for the industry, but combining this with all the shops, lockers, pickup locations, all trying to make it easier for the customer to use your laundry service, and for the laundry to get closer into the daily life of the customer. And if you then go look for some examples that are, let's say, examples for top companies in digital transformation, amongst others, we find here Domino's, which is a global franchise chain in pizzas that managed to grow considerably over the last 10 years by applying such an omni-channel strategy, all with the idea that the technology is part of their core business. Another example is seen here from Volkswagen, that we all know as being a car producer, but recently committed to a new investment program for the next 4 or 5 years, developing a complete mobility ecosystem, which includes, if the sheet comes, yes, includes working together with laundry partners such as Johnny Fresh in Germany, where the car of a consumer is used as the delivery locker for all sorts of packages, just as the laundry. Really interesting example if you start looking for this bit. And last point that I like to make in this direction is that meanwhile all major detergent suppliers for domestic detergents in the washing machine at home have meanwhile entered the professional laundry service market as well. So Procter & Gamble, we know already with Tide in the US, you have Henkel, which works amongst others with Dobby here in the Netherlands. And amidst of the pandemic, Unilever also made an investment in Brazil, starting up Omo Lavanderia services. So it's really interesting to see that all of these larger companies are also seeing the market opportunity there. Now, as I said, all the information we've been gathering over the last 1.5 years is described in the book. And we made, in this book, we like to give special thanks to Future Excel, which is one of the partners that is also represented in the book. And Future Excel is a consultant and academy here in the Netherlands, which we work with to develop this whole idea of digitization and how it impacts the laundry business. So find more information about it there. That's it. Back to you, Peter.
Okay, thank you. Thank you, Lien. Of course, it's not possible to have a very detailed story about every aspect, which is really important for the industry, to do this in a brief presentation now. But to give the idea about this, it really does a good job. Thank you, Leon, for doing that. And you will find all details of the things we have discussed this afternoon so far in the new book 7, Building New Professional Textile Care Markets, which will be sent to you all digitalized. this very thick book of 200 pages, I've just taken 3 points. It's really explaining why sustainability is so important for new business in our industry, and a superior sustainability, how you can develop that and how you can service that. It's explaining how we can perform as an industry with a guaranteed hygiene level of our textiles and safe working environments. And it's also explaining about advanced services to clients using sophisticated IT solutions. So Leo, come forward with your new book. This is it. It's in printing like this, 200 pages thick, and you will receive it, as I said, digital-wise for all participants in our Global Best Practice Award program. Thank you, Leon, for your work in this book 7, and we hope a lot of people will enjoy it and will make use of it.
Yeah, have fun with it.
It's not compiled by Leon only, so special thanks here are there for all companies and experts who contributed to this new book. Of course, the Dutch Institute TKT, but also Chris Steins, Electrolux, Carnegie, Jensen, Laundry Robotics, Invatec, WSP, PostNL, Eiffel Consultancy, Geert Butger, Diana Volmer, Future Excel, TC Square, and Lukien all contributed to this book. But of course it was being compiled by Leon, and that's why I would like to have him once more here, normally on stage, but now for this part, because doing such thing and taking so much effort in writing all these books, because this is his 5th book, I think, or 6th book, roughly like that, we have compiled. We have a small present for him. This present is given because it's important to have a good performance in your work, but you should become and stay happy as well. And this is a book about happiness.
Well,
thank you, Leo.
Well, it was a pleasure working on it. I really enjoyed it a lot, and it seems that we have a very prosperous future ahead. So best of luck to all of you, and look forward to see you at some other opportunity.
Thank you, Leo. So, which brings us to the next step, and really we're going now to the finalists and the participants of the Global Best Practice Awards. So we really would like to congratulate all those participants which have been sent in their applications, which are evaluated by the pre-selection international jury and who will receive their official nominee certificate. They come, as you have seen, from 36 countries, and they will receive their packages tomorrow. And these are companies who all by themselves are demonstrating the value of best practices, and to focus on best practices is not only because of environmental issues, but it really leads to a profitable and sustainable business performance. Every official nomination will receive by post a certificate, PR materials to spread the word around that these companies and our industry is doing a very excellent job to their customer base. So it's really also PR of the industry, not only PR for themselves. And they will receive the jury report, which meanwhile has been established and which we'll discuss in a minute later. They also will receive the copy of the book 7, a book of knowledge of fashion care written by Mr. Shimonocchi, and also they will receive a copy of all official nominations. That's the package we will send to everybody, and we like to thank them for the participants and their attendance, and we like to give them all the luck and wish them very good future and good business perspective. By sharing this information together, we all learn and we all benefit. Brings us to the evaluation procedure, because you cannot organize a contest if there's not a jury who is also evaluating this independently and properly, because that's where we stand for as CET. And as you know, we have defined already the first contest we organized in 2016, and also in the last one in 2018, and also for this year in 2020. We have 5 categories of performance which have been evaluated by the jury: quality, sustainability, business model and service concept, the innovation, and keynote from the entrepreneur, because we feel the entrepreneurial approach and the development of new markets and new services, and to do this to the best to serve our clients' needs, is really a valuable item and probably one of the most important ones. And this is coming back in the 5 elements, as we have organized the procedure around this Global Best Practice Awards. We have had pre-selections, and the winners of the pre-selections in 6 countries automatically participated in this event. All the other ones have been evaluated by the International Peace Jury, and they have checked and go through the performance level of the materials given to the jury. And these official nominations are a result of that. And then we have the visits of people knowing their companies, so knowing what type of companies are participating, and to try to have a fair and transparent and realistic evaluation. And then we have, of course, the final evaluation of the international jury by means of evaluating the pitch presentations of yesterday. 45 companies did their pitch presentations, really nice and really good examples and showcases who represent the industry very well. That's the general impression of everybody looking onto this program. And we have now the ceremony of providing these awards to the winners of this long process of evaluation, as I just described, because this took more than a year to come to these results. And it's all about 3 awards in 3 categories. We have for retail small enterprises, for retail big enterprises, and for industrial textile service companies. 1 award for sustainability, 1 award for innovation, and 1 award for overall performance. And this jury evaluated yesterday the pitches, give their points. The points have been mounted up, and simply the highest score on each element is the winner of this process. And before we go further, we like you to meet the people who did this evaluation and did this very difficult task, because it was really difficult this time. A lot of elements came to it, a lot of change was implemented, and the jury who had the task to look upon all those things, I like to present them now to you. Noise, sound. So let's give these people a big hand. Please join me. This was really a very, very difficult task to pursue this. And the most difficult part is still to come, because the chairman of the jury has the task to make sure this whole process is organized well. And please, Mr. Geert Butger, come, take the floor and tell us about your experiences and your contribution to this process. Please, Mr. Butger, come in.
So you hear me right now?
Wonderful, Jay.
Now you see me.
We can hear you and we can
Yes.
see him. Yeah.
Well, thank you, Peter, for giving me a word. I'm not sure if this was really the most difficult task, because it was all structured very well, and it needed to be structured very well because the task was really complex. Evaluating 45 companies in 3.5 hours is exhausting, needs guidance and needs structure. However, I do want to point out 2 or 3 things. First is that we all had the chance to prepare ourselves. So it was not just the 3-minute presentation which we had to evaluate. We had materials so that we could make up our minds already to a degree earlier. Especially those who had been in the pre-selection committee. Well, that's perhaps only me, but still I had some advantages. The second thing which I want to point out is that the responsibility of the jury is in 2 ways quite high and I think of value. And that is, one, that we really try to point out what are the best cases, and that is so difficult. And it's so difficult to really assess. If I would need to give error margins in my own personal assessment, I would give there some percent. Could be also others. However, I'm sure every one of us did it to our best knowledge and best feeling. The interesting thing here for each of the 19 jury members coming from 10 countries is that the environment which you have, your own experience which you have, is not necessarily all over the globe, but covering some countries. So it is not easy to evaluate here really great examples from very different parts of the world. On the other hand, this is what CNET gives as a benefit, that you need to think about the world, about different environments, and that we all can help here in spreading the information from one country to the other. And that is of enormous relevance, not only for the participants and not only for the jury, that's perhaps the least important. No, that's of enormous interest for the whole textile cleaning profession, I would say, well, let's say internationally, but I would say worldwide. And that is, to me, the main value which we have here. Apart from that, that we also in the different fields are able to assess really good examples which need to be spread not only in Western Europe, not only in the US or in Canada, not only in Asia or in the Middle East. And I was really astonished how well many of the companies, which I've never heard of, are doing in their environment and how far ahead they are, for example, in some areas or in some special segments compared to other Western European world-class companies. So we will see here a lot to come in the future with new business models, with digitization, which enables us to do new things. And I think that's the main value of this contest and in the end of the jury work, that we have given here a base to promote really best practices overall in sustainability and in innovation. And thank you for having the chance to do that. I think that is something which also the jury members are grateful for, that we have such a good overview and such an exciting overview. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. Butker, for your chairmanship of this difficult task. Thank you, international jury members, and we really appreciate your contribution. Also for you, there will be a package, as I just described, and we will send this one of the days to come to be sure that we also give you our gesture of appreciation, because as I said, without a good jury, we cannot do this, this contest. Thank you once again. So this brings us to the next part. Yeah, and that is that the jury report, which has meanwhile been established, will be sent to you, as I said, in the package as well, and all trade magazines will receive that tomorrow by email so that they can report on this initiative as well, if they would like. So this was the jury and the jury evaluation. Now it comes to a very interesting next part. For the first time, we have organized a YEP program. YEP stands for Young Executive Professionals. And this lasted for a number of events and training sessions we had scheduled. Also here, Corona was a little bit a disruptive element. But Leo, please explain your experiences with the JEP.
Yes, we will. Thank you. So, what was the basic idea behind JEP? Because we came up with the idea already, I think at the end of 2018. is to develop a program where we can meet up with some of the world's finest textile care companies. And while working on the one hand on the book, at the same time talking and exchanging real business development cases with business owners in reality. So that's how YEP was born. So the young young entrepreneurs in professional textile care program. And what was the goal here is to come together for a number of times and exchange practical experiences among young promising entrepreneurs aiming to develop new business cases. So the new business case was also something that was a major emphasis. We don't want to talk about existing markets, talk about new markets. And the program was set up like this, and the quick thinkers amongst you will notice right away that the program in April was amidst the Corona crisis. Hence, we had to cancel that program in the UK, which was a real pity. Nevertheless, we had around October, November last year, the first meeting here in the Netherlands. We started with exchanging thoughts and defining a business challenge for each of the individual participants. In the second time in Italy, around February 2020, just before Corona hit actually, we were welcomed at the Electrolux headquarters in Pordenone. Here we had some wonderful contributions from expert speakers on various topics that we came up with in the first session. And at the same time, the participants in the program had during these days the time to work out their business plan ideas. And then the idea was to go to the UK during the LCT Kleenex show and for each participant to present their business plan in a pitch to each other and then comment on it. But that couldn't continue, so now we just continue to program virtually and worked on the same issues. And today I'll tell you some more about the content of this and announce the winners, not to forget, of course. So here is just a brief overview. You see here some pictures from the first session. We had people from various countries, mostly European, but also Canada. And for those of you who don't know the flag of Sint Maarten, that's Sint Maarten, a small island in the Caribbean. And the second session in Italy, we were in Pordenone, which is close to Venice. And there were all sorts of other people participating. So it was not necessary to join all three sessions. We just welcomed everybody who wanted to join and talk about new business. Then going to the award, there were 7 criteria which we defined along the way. And the ones that have sent in application have been reviewed based on these 7 parts. And here you see an overview of the 17 participants from 8 countries that we had joining in total, of which we had 2 candidates that sent in applications. Now it's only 2 because there is a rule we came up with that you either have to be part of the YEP program or part of the other award finalists. So that's why there were not too many candidates in this section. But that's that. We continue with the first one. So we like to, 2 of them have sent in a short animation video presentation. We like to play them one by one for you. We start with Blanc. Blanc is a business from the UK. And I wonder if Mr. Ludovic is also in the call. So let's see if we can briefly get him in the picture. We were supposed to visit this wonderful company along the UK trip, of course. So really a pity that that couldn't happen, but let's see.
Yeah. Okay, go on. Is he there?
Hello, good afternoon, everyone. Hi, Leon.
Hi.
Hi.
So you want to say a few words, introduce yourself to everybody around?
Sure, yeah, no, delighted to do so. Actually, the beginning of the presentation is actually a presentation about myself as well, so I won't say too much. But first of all, thank you very much for organizing the event, and it was very interesting to hear everything that has been said earlier. Very insightful and very useful. So thank you so much. We're trying to do a lot in spite of the difficult context at the moment to continue the activity, continue innovating, and continue pushing on the sustainability front. So I really concur in everything I've heard so far. I think the interesting thing is that also a lot of our customers at the moment, whether they are retail or business, are really starting to shift their thinking and being much more interested into sustainability. So I think it's really it's actually the big topic of the year, and it's the opportunity for whether companies like us who have been doing that since the beginning or companies who are just starting to think about it. Regardless, it's the right time to do it because it's the right thing to do.
Yeah. Well, sounds good. Well, we were really impressed by your application. So let's play the video now.
Thank you.
Hello, good afternoon, and thank you very much, CET, for organizing such an inspiring event, in particular in such a difficult lockdown context across Europe, but that still enables us to brainstorm among industry peers and get some good ideas about what's happening out there. So thank you very much. My name is Ludovic Blanc. I'm the founder and CEO of Blanc. We're a sustainable garment care specialist based in London. And to tell you a few words about me, I was born in France and moved to London to lead a career in investment banking, where I progressed to a vice president at JP Morgan in acquisition finance. And garment care was always a big part of my life, with my great-grandmother being a laundress. And I was raised by parents who were fiercely passionate about nature and the environment, and it's been a huge influence throughout my life. So I was always keen to develop a business that would combine sustainability and actually make a difference in terms of the environment. And I came across the dry cleaning industry 15 years ago and really decided to launch Blanc in 2013. Before doing that, I actually studied all the business model of the French eco laundrette, which were already quite well developed at that time, and I went there to learn the trade before I launched in London. And I really believe, in fact I know that at Blanc we're really making a difference. We're disrupting the dry cleaning industry for social and environmental change, and what we really do is put sustainability at the front of everything we do. And we were named by the Business of Fashion the Net-a-Porter of dry cleaners, and named Brand of the Year at the 2020 Sustainable Lifestyle Award. And now I can maybe tell you a bit more about what makes us different. I think fundamentally what we aim to do is to combine state-of-the-art craftsmanship and technology, and always with sustainability in mind, and always, as I say, cleaning with love. But technically, what does it mean? As you're all around the table here are quite technical expert, is we basically do not use any solvents. We don't use PERC, and we don't use any of the alternative either. We use two cleaning technologies, which after years of research, before I started the business and during all my tenure since we created, are, in my opinion, the most sustainable one, which are the wet cleaning and liquid CO2 cleaning. And that primarily is what makes me most proud of, and what I think makes our business most sustainable, is that we do not use any toxic solvent, and therefore preserving that way the environment, but also the health of our colleagues and the health of our customers. And that is something that is extremely important for us. But in addition to that, I think what we are doing as well is, prolonging the life of the garment. We clean to high quality, we tailor, and by that we lower the carbon footprint of all the fashion industry, and by enabling people to wear their clothes much longer. And that's not the only thing. We have started replacing our fleet of delivery vans by electric vans, and that's been pretty successful so far. So we're rolling out to the rest of the fleet. We've replaced the entirety of our energy supplies with sustainable energy. We are aiming to become plastic-free 100% by the end of the year by replacing the usual poly rolls by compostable poly rolls. We are a zero landfill company. We have LEDs across our atelier and our stores. And really, we're not perfect. It's very difficult, as most of you know, to even move the needle on every single of these aspects, but we're really trying to do our best constantly. And we just recently fitted microplastic filters on our washing machine. So it's a constant journey, but really thrive to be at the forefront here to give our customer, which are the retail customer, but also the business customers and fashion customers, the most sustainable way of taking care of the garment. What are our services? So we have stores in central London and home and business deliveries throughout London. We work also with close to 100 fashion retailers to offer tailoring services, to offer cleaning services, and most importantly for their customers to use our services being referred by the brand. And that's something we truly believe, thanks to our sustainability credentials and the quality that we offer, all very much made very convenient by technology, so that fashion brands, but also online platforms, rentals, secondhand platform can use our services and recommend us to their customers.
Yes, so that was the video and the introduction by Ludovic from Blanc. Here you see some summary of their wonderful achievements over the last years. And what really stood out from our point of view is how they set up an omni-channel operation model and growing in these difficult times a professional cleaning services as they did. So really hats off to that, Ludovic. Then we go to the next one, which is Wow Closet. And let's see if we can get you.
How many?
Is she there?
Yeah.
Let's meet Han. Hi Han, are you there?
Yes, hello.
Hi.
Hi. Can you see me?
Yeah.
Okay, I cannot see myself. So, hello everybody. I'm very thankful to be here today and very inspired by all the two days activities that you have already presented and all the different companies. And yes, I'm very honored to be able to present our business model.
Wonderful. Let's start the video.
How many of you have clothes in your closet that you don't wear? Bad buys that are out of style or do not fit anymore? How many of you have witnessed a family member or friend struggle with a large amount of fast fashion, cluttering their homes, stretching their purses, and thereby even polluting our environment? I call this the triple fashion waste. Waste of resources, waste of space, waste of time. The fashion industry, with its never-ending desire to renew itself, is devastating for our planet. It is the most resource-intensive industry in the world and the world's second largest polluting industry. It causes 20% of all water pollution and is the source of 1/3 of oceanic microplastics, responsible for 8% of global carbon emission. Every second, 10 truckloads full of textiles are burned, even though 95% of textiles that end up in landfills could have been recycled. What if there would be an alternative, and we could change this, and you would not need to buy clothes anymore? What if you could try all the clothes you want and avoid bad buys completely, and by that regain the space in your house, time you need to handle your laundry and contribute to a better environment? I am Han Floosweg-Loo, founder of Wow Closet. In the past, I had my own fashion wholesale for more than 10 years, not realizing how polluting the fashion industry is. I am married to Patrick, who together with his nephew Rudolf runs Vendrich IJsselstein in the Netherlands, an industrial laundry that rents out workwear for more than 60 years. Inspired by the laundry industry, during the Global Best Practice Awards in Milan, I started Wow Closet, an online fashion rental platform that offers women access to an unlimited amount of designer fashion. With our new circular business model, Fashion as a Service, we meet changing consumer needs. The modern consumer values experience more than ownership. With the rise of new business models like Netflix, Spotify, or private car lease in the shared economy, we also see a transition in retail, from ownership to access, and from linear to circular business models. With Wow Closet's business model, we respond to 5 areas of these needs. We offer them access to a large new-to-them garment collection, where they can discover and experience new brands and styles that are delivered in the most convenient way and personalized, providing the feeling of purpose and belonging. Our business model does not only meet the modern consumer needs, but also contributes to the healthier fashion industry by being a circular business model. As a startup, we believe that together with the professional laundry industry, fashion can be transformed into a circular model by introducing the rental concept into the fashion market. Developing this new model, we can find new opportunities for both a more sustainable and a more prosperous business landscape. The potential of fashion rental market is globally estimated to grow to $2.5 billion by 2023. In a linear model, a piece of garment is sold once. In a circular model, however, a customer selects a rental piece on our mobile platform. These are then delivered to the customer wears the garment and returns it unwashed. And we clean, repair, finish, and if necessary, upcycle and store the garments until the next order and repeat the cycle several times, making it more profitable in the long run. With our circular business model, we can extend the lifetime of garments and contribute to the 3 SDG goals that we have committed ourselves to: clean water, decent working conditions, and responsible consumption. All of our laundry processes are NATEX certified and powered with green energy, setting requirements for producers and suppliers to apply sustainable business practices and preventing disposal of microplastics in the ocean. Our mission at Wow Closet is to make renting clothes the first choice of customers and creating a sustainable fashion rental platform that drives fashion for good. Choosing to wear garments from Wow Closet offers an actual alternative to fast fashion. You can reduce your own ecological footprint to make the fashion industry healthier for our planet. Because by wearing garments 3 months longer, you can reduce the ecological footprint for water, carbon and waste by 5 to 10%. Using our premium subscription for 1 year, you can actually save 320 bathtubs full of water, 274 kilograms of carbon emission, that is like driving from Amsterdam to Rome, give 92 kilograms of textile a longer life, and binge-watch Netflix for 316 days. So what are you wearing? Join the Fashion for Good revolution. Look fabulous and get rid of the triple fashion waste. Thank you.
Yes, so that was the video of Han. Thank you very much for the contribution. Well, as you all can imagine, this is like comparing apples and oranges because it's a completely different business. But what we really appreciated about it is that these
How many of you have clothes in your closet that you don't wear?
the way
that are
how
out of
textile
style
care
or do not fit
businesses
anymore?
can
How many of you
support the
have
textile
witnessed
industry
a family member or
to
friend
become more
struggle
sustainable.
with a large amount of
That's
fast
why
fashion,
we
cluttering their homes,
decided
scratching their purses,
together with
and
the
thereby
jury
even
to
polluting
both
our
award you
environment?
with the
I
GBPA
call
award.
this the triple fashion waste. Waste of resources, waste of space, waste of time. The fashion industry,
So this
with
is
its
it.
never-ending desire to renew itself, is devastating for our planet.
Well, good
It
luck
is the most
with developing your
resource-intensive
business
industry
further.
in the world and the world's second largest polluting industry. It causes 20% of all water pollution and is the source of 1/3
So,
of
also
oceanic
congratulations from our part.
responsible for 8% of global
And to Wow
carbon emission.
Closet,
Every second,
wish you a
10 truckloads full of
very good
textiles are
future.
burned. Even though
Develop your business
95% of
sustainable,
textiles that end
and
up
we
in
look forward
landfills
to hear
could
from
have
you
been
in
recycled.
the period to come.
What if there would be an alternative?
We now have
and we
a
could
couple of
change
minutes
this,
break
and you would
to have
not
some
need to buy
coffee
clothes anymore.
and to prepare ourselves
If you could try all the clothes you
for our
want and
program
avoid bad buys completely?
presentation of
and by that
country
regain the
awards,
space in your house
corporate
time you need.
social responsibility award, the overall best practice awards, the sustainability awards, and the innovation awards. See you in a couple of minutes. Can we start? Okay. Here we are back again for the final part of our ceremony, streamed from Amsterdam, the Netherlands, and also streamed via YouTube and via Interclean connections. So let's welcome the country winners of the Global Best Practice Awards Program 2020. These companies. Congratulations to all the country winners from 36 countries who participated at this global award program. You will find also these days to come, you will find a package of full information and the things we already mentioned, but most importantly, your country award, which I will show now. It looks like, where do I have this here? All will receive this country award, and it will be sent to you by post mail together with all the certification and also the books and the other things I mentioned. So warm congratulations once again, country winners of the Global Best Practice Awards Program 2020. Brings us to the next topic, and also a very valuable one. The presentation of the Lifetime Award 2020. So this brings us to Masashi Shimanoki, and his low data introduction is presented by Mr. Nigel Asai, member of the CNET Advisory Board, and he will speak the introduction and appreciation for Masashi Shimanoki. Please, Mr. Nigel Asai, come in and do your presentation.
Hello.
Yes, welcome. Go ahead.
Thank you. This honor of the Lifetime Award. It's very happy for me. I work for almost 40 years about textile evaluation and dry cleaning qualities. And today I gave this award. It's so big honor. I'm very happy. Thank you. Peter, that's all. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Shimanoki. But is Mr. Nigel Asai also in the call? Because we see he is. Could you please take the floor?
Hello?
Nigel, please take the, yes, please do your presentation.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry, and I have a technical problem at the moment, and I can't open my my presentation video at the moment.
We will do the sheets, Nigel.
Okay, so can I do it? And
yes, please go ahead.
Yeah. Okay, and I try to introduce Mr. Shimanoki's achievement, and the first slide you can see Mr. Shimanoki has been active as a PR planner for major companies and public institutions since 1980s. He launched newspaper, The After, and introduced knowledge about the new textile materials and fashion processing to the industry and consumers. Okay, can you move to the next slide? Mr. Shimanoki founded Textile Maintenance Association in 1988 and hold training seminars on textile knowledge. So next one. Okay, also Mr. Shimanoki worked for the publishing book on Opera de Paris, costume collection, as editor-in-chief for 5 years from 1990. Okay, next one. Mr. Shimanoki established Textile Care Information Center in 1997 and provided specialized consumer counter service for apparel companies like Max Mara. So next one. So Mr. Shimanoki established Japan Textile Care Institution in 1912, and it is creating new industry, professional textile care, to realize people to keep loving to wear sustainably. So next page. Japan Textile Care Institution carries database on analyzing 350 accidents, 170 various topics, and 40 research reports. The institution also published seasonal magazine, Pandora. So next one. Japan Textile Care Institution regularly holds workshops and symposium on the latest fashion information and professional tax care. So next one. And Mr. Shimenuki, he makes Japanese government to officially recognize the shaping press that requires high technology and dyeing for restoration and not included in the cleaning work for the purpose of hygiene, just purpose of hygiene. So next page. Mr. Shimenuki's activity is not only in Japan, but also international. He has given lecture in Dublin in 2010, the Text Care Asia in 2015. He gave keynote speech at the IDC 50 anniversary conversation in Beijing. He made several lectures at the invitation of the China Laundry Association. He is doing regular training courses in South Korea from 2010. He also contributed to establish Korean Text Care Association. Okay, next page. He and Mr. Shimenuki published many books. So, and one of them is Knowledge of Textile Care 2016, which is Peter mentions as a kind of a giveaway, and from this GP, this award. So next one. Okay, so this is my brief introduction of Mr. Shimenuki's history, for long years history, his contribution to the industry. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Mr. Nigel Asai, for your kind words and your good overview and preparation for presenting and making it possible to present this Lifetime Award to Mr. Shimenuki. As we have seen in your presentation, Masashi Shimenuki published many books, did a lot of publications, and restructured the Japanese thinking on how to provide high quality service to a fashion industry. That's one of the key directions also we see for the future. That's why we have decided on his request to translate this Japanese book, which we've written in the last period, which is called Knowledge of Fashion Care. And this is helpful for the industry to focus on high quality supply for the fashion industry. Everybody who is attending this event can be reading this via our package, which we will provide you in the coming days. So this brings us to the final presentation of this award. And as you can see on the picture now, we have sent this to Mr. Shimenuki because, of course, under these circumstances, it was not possible to do this live. So we have sent him the certificate, the trophy, the award, he has been sent, plus a small gesture of our really high appreciation for this remarkable performance he has done in the industry over the last decades. And that's an artist painting of a very famous one, Vermeer, in the Dutch history of artists, calling the milkmaid. And this is presenting that it's all about the way you do your work, not only in business, but also at home. Mr. Simonocki, thank you, and a lot of congratulations to all of us, also from CNET here. Thank you very much, and go on, and let's keep on working together for the years to come.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
So, then we go on to our next item, being the Corporate Social Responsibility Awards for this year. And after a long evaluation of all the applications, we have the pre-selection jury have presented and have decided to give this award to 2 companies. And the first one, I have to say, we feel very sorry because the winner of the Social Responsibility Award, the first one, could not attend the meeting today. But before we do, we first make the introduction. To BIH 77 from France, the winner of the Social Responsibility Award 2020. And this is because his collaboration between 6 hospitals is really developed very effectively. They produce 24 tons a day, have a really social enterprise, a special plan set up for people with a disadvantage on the job market, and do this really professional. We give you an impression by the following email hereafter. The second winner is Serena Hotels Kenya, who was already the last time also one of the social responsibility candidates and one of the winner of the social award at those days. They went on developing their eco-friendly laundry concept in really remote locations in very outdoor environment situations, covering solar power plants at the spot, providing all the electricity, and have a really impressive track record on CO2 savings and equal to 100,000 trees in 10 years in Kenya, in the middle of the bush. So we would like to congratulate them and do this by giving them their awards. So these awards will be given to them by means also of the post. And we have the live winner of Kenya in our call, as I said. The winner of BIH 77 is not available today. He is in hospital, as I'm told, not severely, but he is in hospital and he could not participate for today. But from Kenya, please enter the floor and make yourself known and say some words to the audience. Please come up.
Hello, can you hear me?
Hello.
Hello, can you hear me?
We can hear you, but we can't see you now because you've turned the webcam a little bit. But try again, please.
Is it okay now?
Not yet. Yes, now we are there.
All right. Thank you very much for this award. We're truly gratified and honored to be recognized and to receive this award. As part of our day-to-day operations, Serena Hotels does focus on innovative programs that respond to the needs of the environment, the economy, and communities in which we operate. So we're truly very delighted to receive this award. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Keep on doing this, this development and this work, and we will send you the material as well one of the days to come. And as I said, a lot of good health also for the other contestant from BHI, Mr. Shizep, if I'm pronouncing his name correctly, because we feel very sorry that he can't join us today, at this award ceremony. So we go on now to the last 9 categories. And the first of them is the Sustainability Award for the Category A Retail Textile Cleaning.
And the winner is...
Congratulations to Coffee Cup Cleaners from the USA. The jury was really impressed with your pitch presentation. It wrote a remarkable positive story about that. And if one of you is in the call, you can please comment on your award. Please come forward and take the floor. Please come forward and take the floor.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
Okay, I'm sorry, my internet dropped and I just got back on the Zoom call. Very honored to win this award, and thank you very much.
Okay, well, congratulations to you all here from CET. We really were impressed also on our part with your presentation. Sustainability, as we've said, is one of the major items for the future. So congratulations. And also we have some positive words and some words of congratulations by the sponsor of this event, Mr. Alexander Seitz from Seitz Company. Please, Alexander.
Hello. Sustainability is one of the most important topics for the future. My name is Alexander Seitz and I'm managing partner at Seitz. I want to congratulate you very much for winning the Sustainability Award 2020. I want to wish you and your company all the best for the future and very much success with this award. Greetings from Germany, Alexander Seitz.
Thank you, Alexander. And this is really very nice performance. It was a difficult task for the jury, but this was the end score. And as I said, all final scores will be also listed at the end of this presentation. It will be sent out by the jury report and by a press release tomorrow. So congratulations, Ocean Site Cleaners again. Brings us to the second category, the Retail Textile Cleaning, Category B, Big. And the winner of the Sustainability Award 2020, according to the jury, is...
And the winner is...
From UNA, congratulations. If somebody of Champion Cleaners is in the call and I see it in, please come forward and say a few words on your behalf.
Oh, I'm so thrilled. I mean, it's a great honor. I really appreciate CET, the jurors, and all the attendees. And I'm so thrilled. I really appreciate this opportunity. I would like to as well thank my lovely colleagues, some of them, not all of them, who have helped us to get where we are right now. Thank you so very much.
You're welcome. And also congratulations on behalf of CET and all our team. And also congratulations from one of our main sponsors. And these also would like to say a few words to you. Mr. Zek, please go.
I'm Thomas Zek, Commercial Director of Chrysler.
And if you all want to put up the volume of your microphone a little bit, it would help.
As a big retail company, you are setting a great example for others to follow into your footsteps, leading the way into a more sustainable future. As we at Chrysler provide sustainable textile care solutions, we know how important it is not to let up in all our efforts to make our world a better and greener place. Keep up the good work.
Mr. Zek, thank you very much, and for your kind words also to our contester and winner, champion cleaners of the UAA. Thank you. This will bring us to the last category, the industrial textile service. And here we also have a good result of the Sustainability Award 2020 of the Global Best Practice Awards program we have organized yesterday and the last period. And the winner of this Sustainability Award for Industrial Textile Services is...
And the winner is...
HMS from Germany. Congratulations. I understand you're in the call. Please come forward and say a few words. It seems that the connection is not that well. Anyhow, he's there? Okay. Congratulations to CHMS. A wonderful performance. If you look upon the figures you presented, really extremely well. And the jury was really impressed with the achievements you have made as a company in the area of sustainability. So congratulations also from the CNET people. And we have also one of the sponsors saying a few words to you as words of congratulations. TBR from the Netherlands, please go ahead.
Let's first introduce myself. I'm Jaap Reinders from the team TBR Solutions. We are based in Gieten, the Netherlands. At TBR Solutions, we are working for more than 40 plus years to meet the sustainable goals for a lower environmental impact and a better future of our next generation. This by means of optimal energy conversion and recuperation of all possible waste flows and laundries. On behalf of our team at TBR Solutions, we would like to congratulate you and your company to be the finalist of the Global Best Practice Awards in 2020. May the Global Best Practice Award be the reward for all your achievements your company has made, and may you and your achievements be an inspiration for fellow companies in the near future. Furthermore, we would like to congratulate all other finalists and companies who all have high level of achievements in every way, and may their achievements be also a guide for a better sustainable future in our business. Together we are all responsible for reduction in the use of primary resources. We wish you all a healthy future.
Thank you, Mr. Reinders, for your kind words and your congratulations for the winner of the Sustainability Award Industrial Textile Services 2020 CHMS from Germany. Which brings us to the next, Nikolai. Okay. Which brings us to the next contestant, the Innovation Awards. So we have 3 Innovation Awards, as you know, for each category 1. And we start with category A, the Retail Textile Cleaning Award, Innovation Award 2020 will be presented to...
And the winner is...
From Spain. Wonderful. Congratulations. Please come forward, a representative of WASH.
Voy a iniciar mi vídeo, tío.
Speak up a little bit, please.
Good afternoon, Peter. It's an honor for us to participate in these Global Awards. We are very happy to contribute and share our knowledge to all the participants, and we are very glad
We are very happy. This is great for us, for our team, and we want to share this great success with our team, with Cesar, with Jose Maria, with Massimo, with Anna, with Yolanda, with Maribel, with our families, and all the people that they know who they are. This is great.
Oh,
Thank you.
Congratulations also from our team here, because we really appreciate the way you have started up the business, and people have been organized and thinking about new ways to get to new business areas and new customer services. And I think the jury was convinced for that, because that's what they wrote in the report. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Peter.
Thank you.
Congratulations from our sponsor in this respect, and that's the Sensing SafeCam company, who wants to congratulate you with this achievement. Please, Sophie, go ahead.
Regardless of the industry, successful businesses are always innovative. They are willing to achieve more and focusing on the question, how can we do better to serve our customers? The dry cleaning industry is no different. We all need to keep our innovative spirit in order to satisfy the increasing demands and expectations to our end customers. So on behalf of SafeCam, I want to congratulate the Innovation Award winner for your originality, your perseverance, and your willingness to take risks, especially in these very hard and challenging COVID-19 times. These qualities are going to drive the whole industry forward. So well done, you.
Thank you, Sophie. Thank you, SafeCam. And really, once again, congratulations for the achievement made here as a winner of the Innovation Award 2020. We go to the next one. The category B, Big Retail Textile Cleaning Innovation Award 2020, which the jury decided to give to.
And the winner is.
Congratulations, Mr. China. Come in, take the floor, please. Mr. Shoes, come in.
Hello.
Hello.
Hello. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you. Speak up.
Okay. Thank you, everyone. I'm the founder of the Miss Shoes from China. I'm Eric. Today, I'm very excited to attend this grand ceremony with the industry expert from all over the world online. I feel more grateful to CNET for the recognition of our company, which is also the recognition of the new cleaning project. We believe that the shoes cleaning has great market potential in the future. So welcome to China.
Thank you, Mr. Lu. Thank you and congratulations, Shoes, Mr. Shoes from China, from all our team, because we really appreciated your presentation, but also the content, and the jury really selected you because of the really inspirational new direction you have chosen with a specialization really to a high professional level. That's what they wrote in the report. So we have also for you a special congratulation message from Sankosha, Mr. Kendo Chikoshi. Please go ahead.
Congratulations on winning the prize. I sincerely hope that the award will lead you to the further development of your company. Due to the coronavirus, the demand for dry cleaning is shrinking suddenly. The level may vary from country to country, but I think the only things I can say is to take this opportunity to take on the new challenges. It's a time of great change It's very risky and scary, but it's also a great opportunity. Please do your best so that you can be nominated for the next award. Congratulations on you receiving the award again. Thank you.
Thank you, Ken. And once again, congratulations for Mr. Hughes. Which brings us to the third Innovation Award for Industrial Textile Service Companies. And this year's Innovation Award 2020 will go to...
And the winner is...
O Jezu, maska.
Good day to you.
Hello. Hello, good evening. Thank you for gaining recognition from worldwide audience for professional textile care experts. This award gives our profile between among the most extraordinary business cases in the PTC. It's amazing. We are very proud. Thank you for appreciate. In this point, I will say thank you all of people who take care to build our company. It's our family and employees. Thank you.
So congratulations, Paul, also from the CET team. The jury find really the approach and the business model you are developing and presenting to your customer base very inspirational, as they have expressed in their report. So congratulations also from our CET team, and please go on like this, because that's the direction for the industry to go. The congratulations here are also given by Infoforum, our sponsor, but due to a technicality, their contribution was not able to communicate here. So also on their part, lots of congratulations. Which brings us to the final part, the overall Best Practice Awards 2020. So this brings us to the very last part of this Global Best Practice Award Program 2020 and the ceremony of today. It's really our privilege to receive in such difficult market circumstances, nevertheless, such impressive business cases in all categories. The performance of the professional textile care industry is accelerating, and that's the best part of this event. The market is there. It's up to the industry to develop an appropriate and successful new profitable businesses. We felt that something would be missing if we would not invite the winner of the overall Best Practice Award 2018 here and to address a few words to you about their experiences in the last 2 years, especially in times of Corona. May I invite Mrs. Julie Leeuwen from Fornet Company to say a few words on behalf of Fornet to all of you and especially to the winners of the overall Best Practice Awards 2020. Mrs. Julie, please go ahead.
Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Julie Jun from Beijing Fornet. Fornet was very lucky and honored to be awarded the winner by CET 2 years ago. I cannot forget what a wonderful event in Milan. During the last 2 years, Fornet was better known in the world and we had more chances to share experience with the different colleagues from the different countries. We learned a lot and Fornet was developed better than before. I want to say thanks CET for what they have done for the whole industry. I believe the event today should be very successful and very special. Best wishes to all of you and congratulations to the winner. Thank you.
Thank you, Julie, for your kind words and for sharing your philosophy in the past. And we really appreciate the long-lasting cooperation we have with you. And we look forward to work with Fornet and with China together in the years to come. That brings us to the overall winners of the Global Best Practice Awards 2020. And that's the beauty of the awards, to be able to demonstrate your performance to your customers, to your stakeholders, to your markets. So, which brings us to the overall Best Practice Award winner of Category A, Retail Textile Cleaning 2020, which goes, according to the jury, to...
And the winner is...
Hey! Come here, player.
Michael, come on.
How do you see that? Yes, that's cool. I mean,
why am I not? Nice job.
Oh, wow.
On behalf of the whole CET team.
I think.
Are they calling me? Hey.
Yes, you
are. Are they going to call me, Kermit? What do y'all want me to say? What do you want me to say?
I think you're on there.
Just thank MFM and all of your friends in the Bureau.
Yeah, you're on it.
Okay. Once again, congratulations from all of our teams. We really appreciate your presentation, and also the jury wrote a really complimentary report on your performance.
I think I screwed that up.
Go on like this.
Yeah. See, you were on there because they're
They should have told me, Kermit.
Please, a few words of congratulations on behalf of all our sponsors. Please, Tim, say a few words.
congratulations for your role in forwarding innovation in professional textile care. 2020 has presented many challenges to all of us around the world as we address health and economic hurdles that haven't occurred before in our lifetime. The steps that you and your organization have taken to maximize the efficiency of your operations while minimizing inputs of energy and natural resources, all while caring for garments of the consumers in your market to the highest standards of cleanliness, sets you apart from other businesses. All of us in the good network of Green Earth affiliated cleaners wish you and the other participants in this category continued success serving the citizens of our planet through sustainable garment care.
Okay. Thank you, Tim, for your kind words. And once again, congratulations to the winner of the overall Best Practice Awards 2020 Oceanside. So, we go on to the next category. Category B, retail textile cleaning. Category B, big companies. And the overall Best Practice Award 2020 goes to...
And the winner is...
Please unmute because we can't hear you.
Hello, Peter.
Yeah, wonderful. Come in.
Hello, Peter. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can.
Brilliant. Thank you so much to you and the CNET team. What an honor.
You're welcome. The jury wrote in their report, they really appreciate your total concept of innovation, bringing the services really according to the highest standards to your individual clients. And that was for them in their report, the major remark. Congratulations from the whole CNET team.
Brilliant. Thank you very much. Thank you for having us.
Lots of success for the years to come. And also the congratulation message from Mr. Richter from Electrolux Company. Please.
On behalf of Electrolux Professional, I'm pleased to hand over virtually the award of the overall best practice in the category of big retail companies. This award is truly an achievement and it shows your great business model, but also your great company. It is a lighthouse for all us in the industry, and it's really an example for businesses where all the businesses all over the world can learn from. Congratulations once again. But I would also like to take the opportunity to thank you, Peter, and all the team from CNET for this great event. It's not easy in these difficult times, but much better to meet virtually than nothing. Thank you. Bye.
Thank you, Christoph Richter, for your kind words. And once again, congratulations to Oxwash. Lots of success for the years to come. We look forward to follow your developments in that way. So congratulations once again. Then we have one overall Best Practice Award winner to go in the category Industrial Textile Services. And the jury decided to give this award to...
And the winner is...
Age 77 pounds. And we also have a very welcome message and good message of congratulations from Chris Steins, spoken by Mr. Charlie Bedridge. Charlie, please go ahead.
So we now have a winner for the Global Best Practice Award Industrial Textile Service Sector. We had some great presentations, not just from Europe, but South America, Canada, India, UAE, and it's been very difficult to make a decision. What we've seen is you're all using innovative technology to get the best out of your businesses, really push them forward. And I think, again, the passion and pride is very clear that's come through in a lot of these presentations. Obviously, it'd be nice if someone was able to come up on stage to get this award, but it's going to be online today. All I can do is say thank you very much, all that participated, and congratulations to this year's winner. A great performance, and we look forward to seeing you all again in 2 years' time.
Thank you, Charlie. Thank you for your kind words. And once again, congratulations and good health to BIH from 77 from France. So this brings us to the end of our ceremony. We have had 2 long days of many new experiences. We really appreciate the very good presentations of all our finalists, and we congratulate once again all participants with their wonderful performance and look forward to follow them for the years to go. Of course, we'd like to thank everybody who made this event possible, and of course our sponsors have done a great job also in these difficult times of Corona by still supporting us and making this streamed event possible. We'd like to thank the jury for their wonderful time they've given to this event and their independent evaluation and coming up to fair and honest results, because that's what we really feel important in this time frame. We like to thank also other people who worked with us together, all our membership who presented us candidates and participants, and to help this out, including the CET team. Thank you once again, wonderful to make this all possible. We look forward to seeing you in 2 years from now, because that's the sequence where we have organized this Global Best Practice Awards program so far, and the final scores are mentioned here. You can have them evaluated by all categories. They will come after one another. You will see the scores, and we will set them as soon as possible also on the website. So thank you for being with us. Thank you for making this joint effort, and hope to see you soon in a very safe and sound situation where we can drink something together on the best performance within the industry and on the bright future we go along together as long as we work together. So see you next time, and greetings from all of us here from Amsterdam, the Netherlands. Keep well, keep safe. See you. Tot ziens.